football game in week 1 of the high school season as the Brownsville Lopez Lobos are at home to take on the McHi Bulldogs. I'm Joe Bowling with you, coming to you again from Sam Stadium in Brownsville, Texas. And here on Rio Sports Live, we wrap up week 1 coverage with another game. The McHi Bulldogs come in with a lot of promise this season, and they are anxious to get on the football field, albeit on the road, as they'll be tested here tonight by the Lobos at home. Always a tough matchup when you come into Brownsville. It doesn't matter what school you're playing against. They all seem to up their level of game when it comes to playing here at Sam's Stadium. We're waiting the arrival of the two teams. Thanks again to joining us on the pregame show. Rio Sports Live, bringing you live coverage here tonight as we will ramp up even more for week 2. I was here on Thursday night for a good one. I'll be back here on Thursday coming up as we've got an additional broadcast, and we got what's turning into a blockbuster game coming up on Thursday as we get set for that one. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll get you set for the opening kickoff. This is Rio Sports Live. Back here as both teams have already made their way onto the football field as we get set for the opening kickoff here of this one. Lobos will be in the dark uniforms. You'll see them right below our screen. As again, another production put on here at Brownsville Sam Stadium. KBSDI TV helping us with this broadcast here, providing us an opportunity to broadcast from the booth and also providing us the camera angles and the replays and all the frills and whistles that come along with the broadcast. There's your scoreboard popping up right on time as we are getting closer and closer now to the start of this game. Both of these teams wanting to get on track in a hurry this year. Again, the question marks are just who's going to step up and be the playmakers this season for both of these teams. McAllen under the direction of a new head coach. Patrick Shelby running the show. And the Lobos will be returning the kick to start this ball game as they'll send a man back to return it. Standing just inside right now is 15-yard line as that's Xavier Vasquez, a senior, for the Lobos. Lobos, and as far as numbers go, one of the undermanned teams, as you take a look here, is there's not a lot of personnel on the sideline to assist in any backup role. So the guys that are in uniform here are the guys that are going to have to produce. And so fatigue may come into play here out of the gate to start this season for this ball club. As they'll be kicking off here. The Bulldogs will be kicking off right now. And we're underway to start this game. Our final broadcast of week number 1. It sails over to the right-hand side, takes a bounce. That's a live football, and it's going to roll out of bounds. McAllen just missed a chance there as that ball was rolling out of bounds. Now, because it wasn't touched by anyone, that penalty flag comes rolling in. But that was a dangerous situation right there for the Lobos. As on those kickoffs, that is a live football. And even though it's down inside that 20-yard line, if it's recovered by the Bulldogs there, it's their football just as it would be on an onside kick. If it were happening in the traditional area where you see onside kicks occur in the middle of the field. Lobos offense will come onto the field for the first time tonight. As they step on the field, First snap of the season for them. Jose Cruz is the quarterback. Senior. Stands back in a shotgun formation on first down against the Bulldogs of McHi. Cruz fakes a handoff, keeps it himself, going to get hit, thrown, football comes loose, pick up by the Bulldogs. They may take it to the house. Defensive score on the first play from scrimmage. Touchdown for Juan Corpus. Cruz was wrapped up as he got to the line of scrimmage. End up coughing up the football, and the McHi Bulldogs jump on top here. It took 8 seconds for them to score a touchdown here in this ball game. After the ball came loose, Corpus, the only thing he had to truly concern himself with was who else on my team is going to try to get this ball before I do. Extra point for the Bulldogs, and wow, what a start to this one. Defensive score for McHi on the first play of the ball game. Bulldogs in for the extra point out of the hold of Brian Garza. Standing back, the kicker, who suddenly is a busy man. He kicked off to start the ball game and puts that through the uprights. Extra point is good. Yael Valero on the extra point. 7-0 Bulldogs. Kickoff coming up.
Rio Sports Live. Thanks for watching Rio Sports Live.
Rio Sports 5, number 1.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for low prices? It's a Labor Day party.
It's the Hacienda Ford Labor Day sale where you can get a new Ford Expedition with 20-inch wheels, leather, navigation, and more for $12,000 off MSRP.
We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My Hacienda friends are saving money tonight.
Hacienda has it.
Back here as we are set for the kickoff. It is just underway here. 11:52 to go in the first quarter. Your score is correct. This is our second kickoff of the game, as the McHi Bulldogs have put points on the board as their defense is able to scoop and score after the Lobos fumbled on the first play from scrimmage. Junior kicker Gael Valero suddenly is the guy making all the plays on the football field. This will be the third time he's involved in a play. Kicked off to open the game, kicked the extra point, and now kicking off here after the score by the Bulldogs. He'll drip this one to the right-hand side, fielded by the Lopez Lobos. They'll fumble that ball. That's a loose ball, still a live football. They'll dive around looking for it around the 15 or 16-yard line. Lobos will stay with it. Dangerous situation there as ball bouncing around off the kickoff. And now the Lobos will send their offense on the field for a second time on the night. Looking ahead next week, we've got a bunch of games coming your way. A lot of video game coverage on Thursday as the Edinburgh Vela Sabercats will be right here to take on the Hannah Eagles. 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll also have coverage from Harlingen on Thursday night as Laredo United South is in town to take on the Cardinals. We'll be at Juarez Lincoln on Thursday night as Sherryland Pioneer travels to Juarez Lincoln. Donna High School will be at PSJA Southwest. We'll have that one for you. Lobos run the ball to the right-hand side. That's out across the 14-yard line. Ball carrier, Xavier Vasquez. And he'll be brought down after a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7 coming up for the Lobos. We're just underway here in the first quarter with 11:26 and counting. Snap back. They'll hand it off again. And Vasquez gets a couple. Brought down quickly. 2 running plays for the Lobos, and the home team now faces a 3rd and long. Call it 7 yards to go with 11 minutes to go in the first quarter. La Villa fans, we'll see you next Thursday night in La Villa. We'll be broadcasting as Three Rivers comes to town. Be exciting to get the Cardinals on the board. Here's a sling pass to the right-hand side, and what a catch made by the Lobos. Reeling that one in was Jacob Cortines. Cortines with a leaping catch. And that's a first down. There was a penalty on the play, but it's against the Bulldogs. And so that play will stand. And Cortinas just went up and got that one. That's a lot of determination to reel that ball in. First pass attempt of the ball game for Cruz and Cortinas. It's always nice when you have a receiver that can help you out. Running play left-hand side, Lobos. Big hit delivered, but not before Jesus Serrata is able to gain some yardage that time. And back-to-back plays now, the Lobos suddenly moving the ball downfield. Sometimes that's all it takes is a little confidence builder, such as that catch by Cortinas. That was an 8-yard gain for Serrata. Second down and 2 for the Lobos. Man in motion goes left to right. They'll run it left-hand side again with some room. Here he goes down the sideline. It's Serrata inside the 30, down to the 20-yard line. First down for the Lobos. And this offense is ruling now as Serrata rattles off another big gain. There's a penalty back here about the 42, so we'll sort it out. Indications right now on the body language on the field is it's against the Lobos. And it is a holding call. Now there's one penalty flag at the 50, another thrown back at the 42. On a hold, that's usually a spot foul, so we'll take a look at where it occurred. Lobos only needed 2 yards to get a first down, and they start marching off the penalty yards from the 46 of the Bulldogs. Check that now. They'll start it at the midfield stripe and march it back there. So this will be a loss on the play for the Lobos. In essence, it's an 8-yard loss on the penalty yards, and it remains second down, but now second down and 10. So after 2 positive plays for the Lopez Lobos, now you see how they respond after a penalty. Cruz out of a shotgun. Hands it off. This is Serrato looking for a block, doesn't get it. Got out across the 41. Hauled down after a 1-yard gain. And now third and long for the Lopez Lobos. And my, how the complexion of a drive can change from a little yellow flag dropping on the field. Lobos had some momentum going right there. Third down, a little confusion on the defense. Cruz now waits. Here comes some pressure, takes a snap. Free play coming up, fires it downfield. That's going to be incomplete. He went back in the direction of Cortinas. I believe they got the Bulldogs to jump offside, so that may be 5 free yards. And a free play coming up for the Lobos. Five-yard penalty, remains third down. But now third and 3.5 out near the midfield stripe for the Lobos. Wide receiver Cortinas lines up on the right-hand side. He's isolated out there. Man-to-man coverage, Dylan Suarez has his hands full trying to contain him. Cruz keeps the back of the backfield for protection. On third down and 4, man in motion left to right. He'll turn and hand it off. Serrato tries to bounce it to the outside. Hit in the backfield. Down he goes. Tackle made that time by the Bulldogs as Tyler Zachman is able to get in there and bring down Serrato. Or Serrata, that is. Sure. No gain on the play. Actually a loss of 2. And fourth down for the Lobos. And right now they keep the offense on the field. Cruz on fourth down. Setting his team down, waits for the snap. Tried to draw him off sides. Nothing doing. Gets rid of the ball downfield. Incomplete pass. Looking in the direction of Cortinas. He thought he had the defense off sides. No flags on the play and a turnover on downs as the Bulldogs will take over. Leading 7-0, 8:06 to go here in the first quarter. We continue.
Man, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary.
Back here, first play from scrimmage for the McHi Bulldogs as a running play as they try the left-hand side. Fighting for a couple of extra yards, but not much room there. Octavian Lewis on the carry. Brought down after they mark him down. It's a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6 coming up. The quarterback, Robert Amador, lines up in a shotgun formation on 2nd down. Has it back to his left-hand side, turns, hands that ball off to that man running up the middle with some room, Troy Martinez. Martinez fights his way in the secondary, got inside the 25-yard line. First down for the Bulldogs on a carry by Troy Martinez. Taking it off a right tackle, Martinez taking that ball right downfield. Bulldogs in a hurry-up attack. Amador sends a receiver out to the right-hand side. That's Luis Villarreal. 2 receivers left. Slings a pass in that direction. This is Felipe Mangana, the intended receiver. It's over his head, incomplete. Stops the clock with 7:09 remaining here in this first quarter of play. If you're just joining us, McAllen scored on the first play from scrimmage on a defensive scoop and score as the Lopez Lobos fumbled it away. 2nd down for Amador. Rolls right-hand side. Looking, has a man open in the flats. Caught inside the 15-yard line. Stepping out of bounds is Octavian Lewis. And that'll be enough for a 12-yard gain and a first down for the Bulldogs of McHi. Lopez next week will be right back here on a Friday, taking on Brownsville Veterans Memorial. That'll be a broadcast game coming to you as well on Real Sports Live. Handoff, this is Martinez again. Up the middle, Martinez to the house. Touchdown, Troy Martinez. 2nd carry of the ball game for Martinez, and he takes it straight up the middle. That's a 13-yard carry and 6 points on the board. Bulldogs go up 13-0 here in this game. Appreciate you fans who are watching out there, those watching on our social media sites. Be sure to give us a shout out and share the link. It always helps to get the word out to other fans. These games are going on. Extra point, they'll go for a 2-point conversion. Bulldogs fired in the end zone, and it is tipped away, incomplete. Good coverage over there as Don Villa was able to slap that ball away, but the Bulldogs are up by 13. They'll kick off. 6:59 left here in the first from Sam Stadium in Brownsville.
Hi, we're Robert Mello's Sabercats, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Back here at Sam Stadium as we are in the first quarter of play. The next big event in San Benito, Texas. I want to remind you fans of that is South Texas Music Festival on September 21st on West Haven Memorial Park, 705 North Bowie Street from 4 to 11 o'clock. San Benito, Texas. Lots of fun there. Kickoff coming up for the Bulldogs for a third time here in this ball game. One man back to return the kick for the Lobos. Stands in the middle of the field. Xavier Vasquez looks to return this kick. Valero puts it into play. Veers it over to the right corner. field at the 10 for the Lobos. Trying to get to the middle of the field to the 20. Now up to the sideline, down to the 25. Penalty flag on the play. Out across the 35 to the 40. Would have been a good return for the Lobos. But that penalty coming in from the far side of the field may negate that good return. Meanwhile, the sun pops out from behind the cloud. And so the field will be soaked in sunshine for a bit here. Same thing happened on Thursday about this time in the ballgame. We do appreciate you joining us for our broadcast here. As the Lobos offense makes their way back on the field. Lobos had a couple of plays in a row in which they moved the ball against McAllen on their last drive. A penalty kind of stalled things out just as they got near the midfield stripe. Now they'll mark off a penalty that was not against the Lobos, so that's going to be tacked on at the end of the return, meaning that Lopez will start this drive in McHi territory. You see there, it's marked all the way down at the 45-yard line. So a golden opportunity here for the Lobos. They'll start this drive in their opponent's territory. 13-0 game, 6:51 left in the first quarter. Jose Cruz out of a shotgun for the Lobos. He sees pressure coming up the middle. They pick that up, hand off, and nothing doing as Xavier Vasquez is met in the backfield and dropped for a loss of 2. The blocker that would have been in charge of the man that made the tackle had to shift over and pick up the blitz, leaving a man untouched. And he happened to be coming right into the line of sight of Vasquez, and just as he touched the football, Vasquez was dropped in a hurry. Cruz looks to throw, steps up, now over the middle, incomplete pass. He was looking in the direction of Jose Aguirre. And Aguirre was happened to contend with an official who was right there, who had to duck out of the way at the last second. Cruz has misfired on his last 2 after connecting on his first one for 17-yard gain. Now 1 of 3. Receivers to the right-hand side for Cruz. Shifts Vasquez to his left side there on this third down play. Rolls out to throw, being pressured. Can he get rid of it? He does downfield. It's going to be incomplete. Intended receiver was Luis Barrera. One of the Bulldogs came racing over there to prevent that catch. And 4th down and punting time for the Lobos. Joe Bowling here with Rio Sports Live, bringing you live coverage in conjunction with KBSDI TV and the production crew this week from Sam Stadium. Shotgun formation for Cruz on 4th and 14. He'll now drop further back into punt formation. A high snap, he gets to it, gets the kick away, end over end, takes a roll out of bounds. Short kick. And so the McHi Bulldogs will have good field position out of this. And their defense gets a pat on the back as they head to the sideline. And so the Bulldog offense will make their way back on the field. So far, McAllen's offense, 45 yards in total offense, 33 of that on the ground. Running play as Amador keeps it himself, calls his own number, might have gained a yard. Robert Amador, a senior for this Bulldog squad. Directing the show. Clock running with 5:44 left here in the first quarter. Amador changing up the play at the line of scrimmage. Twin receivers right side. Single receiver left. Single back in the backfield. Wants to throw. Deep drop. Amador has a man incomplete. Threw it a little bit behind Luis Villarreal, the senior wideout. And so third down and long coming up for the Bulldogs. After the incompleted pass. Empty backfield, no, single back there to Joey Amador. Overload the right side with 3 receivers. He'll hand it off. No pass play instead. Nice ball fake and a completed pass down the left side. How about Philip McGannis? See you later. Amador sold it. McGannis took it to the house. 5:19 to go, and that is a beautiful read as Amador gave every indication he was handing that ball off. Brought it back and then hit Magana on the dead run. And a touchdown for the Bulldogs. They go up 19-0. Extra point coming up. Back in the ball game is Yael Valero. Kick is away. Knuckleballs its way towards the uprights and finds its way through. 20-0 ball game. Kickoff coming up. Lobos trailing. McHi Bulldogs kicking off.
Bulldogs. Thanks for watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
Hi, we're the Lady Tigers, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
At First Community Bank, we believe in small business.
When Jennifer and Jimmy Wilson started Wild August Nursery and Flower Farm, they found Ricky Leal at First Community Bank had the financing to help them grow.
Make FCB your bank.
Back here as our game continues here from Sam Stadium on a Thursday. Video coverage your way. Here on Rio Sports Live with the production assistants in the booth. KBSDI TV assisting us. Thanks in part to this broadcast. Hacienda Ford helping assist us in this one. If you haven't seen it yet, we're got the new wrap on the vehicle. We're coming into these ball games now. We're getting some pictures taken with some athletes. Haven't got a name for it yet. It's just the car we're driving. Jake used to call it the Rio Sportsmobile before we got this one. On their kickoff return, Lobos take it out across the 25-yard line. And that's where Brownsville Lopez offense will take back over. So far, the Bulldogs have ruled this ball game, scoring a defensive touchdown to start it off, and then 2 possessions for the offense, in which resulted in scores. And 5:12 remaining here in this first quarter of play. The Lopez Lobos will bring the offense back on the field. Jose Cruz out of a shotgun formation. Sees a blitz coming. Turns, hands the ball off. They pick it up and some room for Vasquez. Down the left-hand side. Turns a corner. Stays in bounds. Gets to the 45, and that's a first down. An 18-yard gain for Xavier Vasquez. His 4th carry of the game. He's now got 20 yards, averaging 5 per carry. And it was one block that freed him up as there was pressure coming. The Bulldogs were all out coming after Cruz. But a nice pickup that time on the blocking scheme. Back in the backfield now is Frankie Alvarado. Handoff, and Alvarado dances it out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. His first carry of the ball game. And a 2-yard gain brings up 2nd and 8. This McAllen team will be at home on Friday night, coming up against Edinburgh North. Meanwhile, Lopez will also be playing on Friday, so it's a short week for both of these teams to get ready and on a Labor Day weekend. Running play for Cruz. Hit as he got to the original line of scrimmage and drop. That's a 2-yard loss. Coming in to make that play was Trace Gagney, senior linebacker for the Bulldogs. No room for Cruz on that carry. And just like that, 3rd and long for the Lobos. They have to take this down to the 46 of the Bulldogs to get a first down on this 3rd down play. 2 receivers out to the right side. Jacob Cortinas, the wide out to the far right. And before the snap, timeout called by the Lobos. 3:50 remaining here in the first quarter. McHi with the 20 spot leads. Back with more after this.
Everyone's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2 in Harlingen. Choose from a wide selection and score big today on West Expressway 83.
Right now, how about this 2015 Chrysler 300S model with a Beat stereo, leather interior, navigation, $57,000, reduced today, $19,999. Or a 2012 Ram 1500, a Lone Star package, 5.7 Hemi engine, a towing package, automatic, $16,499. Or how about a diamond in the rough, 1998 Dodge 3500 dually with a 5th wheel, 4x4, power everything, heavy duty bumper, $14,999.
Financing is available with lending for all types. Every deal's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2, in business since 2002, Harlingen, Texas.
After the Lobos take a timeout, Brownsville Lopez on the field first. Here come the McHi Bulldogs back out. Sunshine still coming through the clouds. Trying to position myself, ducking below the computer just so I can see up ahead. Nice play here for the Lobos. First down on a carry by Frankie Alvarado on 3rd and long. They needed 8. Alvarado gets 10. You can see here on this replay, he is off and running untouched till he got down in deep into the secondary. Finally brought down there by Jackson Helmkamp. But not before Frankie Alvarado reels off enough for the first down. Drive stays alive for the Lopez Lobos. Cruz, high snap, goes up and gets it, gonna run, bounces it outside, wrapped up and taken down. Making the tackle there for the Bulldogs. Once again, Tyler Zachman, and had Zachman not contained Cruz, there was a lot of real estate to work with if Cruz could have bounced that thing outside. There we go. KBSD ITV Lopez High School Media Class is assisting us today. And once again, Jessica Reyna as one of the primary camera operators. She was here Thursday night, did a terrific job. Cruz hands it off. Nothing doing this time as the Bulldog defense drops Alvarado for the loss. And so after gaining a first down, the Lopez Lobos have now went backwards on consecutive plays. And facing another 3rd and long, it's now 3rd and 14 from the Bulldog 49-yard line. Earlier today, we were in Los Fresnos broadcasting volleyball. Good matchup there. Lady Falcons came out swinging, knocked off McAllen in game 1. And then the next 3 belong to the visitors as the McHi Bulldogs continue to roll on the volleyball scene. Pass play by Cruz. Got a man open. First down and more. Inside the 35. Down to the 32-yard line of the Bulldogs. Completed pass that time to Luis Barrera. Cruz sells this well. Barrera slipped open and utilized the blocking and got downfield for a first down. And so a second first down on this drive for the Lobos. Second completed pass of the night for Cruz. As Luis Barrera hauled it in. Timeout on the field. Again, this is KBSD ITV on Rio Sports Live. Production crew, Lopez High School Media Class, and camera operator Jessica Reyna. Back with a snap after this.
Hi, we're the Real Night City Rattlers. Thank you for watching Real Sports
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Back here on Real Sports Live as we are back to action. First down for the Lobos. 1st and 10 with 1:56 to go. And a snap coming up here. High snap. New quarterback in the ball game now. Hands it off. Running play for the Lobos inside the 30-yard line. That time a direct snap to Jacob Cortinas. And on the carry, Luis Barrera ends up gaining 3 on the play. Pass play, caught, touchdown, Lobos. Jesus Serrata reels it in for the score. Take a look at this delivery. Jose Cruz lofts it downfield, wide open. Serrata takes it in for 6. Lopez Lobos on the board. For Serrata, his first catch of the night, but you can't get any better than that. Extra point for the Lobos is away and good. Lopez scores here in the first quarter. Bulldogs will return the kick when we return. This is Real Sports Live.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Services have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together. Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Appreciate you joining us again here on our broadcast as we are at Sam Stadium on a Saturday night. Minute 22 left here in this first quarter of play. And Lopez Lobos put points on the board and bring the kick team in. After giving up 20 to start the game, the Lobos now trying to see some momentum here. Kickoff is a deep kick, fielded inside the 5, drop, pick back up, and here come the Bulldogs. Out across the 10 to the 15, 20. 25-yard line, upended at the 27. There's a penalty flag on the play. On the return was Caleb Killian. But there's more than one flag on the field. We'll take a look at what this is all about. Bulldogs, if you're just joining us, scored 8 seconds into this game as their defense scooped up a fumble and set sail for 6 points. Missed extra point from there. 2 possessions. Troy Martinez on a touchdown run. And then Robert Amador hooked up with Felipe Magana on a 60-yard strike for the Bulldogs scoring. Penalty marked off against McAllen, all the way back inside the 15-yard line. Looking ahead to Friday's game, there's some good ones coming up. How about McAllen Memorial at Sherryland? That's our System 1 game next Friday night. I'll be at Sherryland's Richard Thompson Stadium bringing you that one. Minute 14 left here in the first quarter. Robert Amador stands back in a shotgun formation. Martinez to his right-hand side. Man in motion goes left to right. They'll hand it off to Martinez. Hit in the backfield and wrapped up. Loss of the play of a yard. A couple of players back there. Luis Barrera was there first. And also quickly on the scene was Omar Cervantes for the Lobos. No gain for Martinez. 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Clock running with 50 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Amador calls out the plays. 2 receivers out to the right side, a single receiver over on that left. Amador, another handoff. Running play this time. Martinez hit. Down he goes. Gets out about the 17-yard line. That'll be good enough for about a 2 or 3 yard gain. Martinez now on 4 carries with 32 yards and the touchdown. 3rd and long for the Bulldogs. Amador changing up the play at the line of scrimmage. Twin receivers left and right. Drops back, rolls out, has a ton of time, looking to throw, delivers the ball deep downfield, up for grabs, tipped away, incomplete. In the direction of Luis Villarreal, defensive play made by Chris Reyes. And so a 3 and out by the Bulldogs brings up punting time. And the Lopez Lobos suddenly breathing a little life here into this home crowd. Clock stops with 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Again, next week, 6 video games coming your way, broadcasting from 6 stadiums on Thursday night. I'll count up the games on Friday, but we're going to be everywhere. Let's just say that. And then additional games here on Saturday. Punting situation for the Bulldogs. Amador, who's the quarterback, stands back in that punt formation. Now we've got to delay a game against McAllen, so 5 more yards against the Bulldogs. And so already the Lopez Lobos were going to get good field position out of this. And now it even improves their chances more as Amador has to field this snap for the punt now inside his own end zone. Back to return it is Chris Reyes for the Lobos. High snap. Amador gets to it, gets it away. Low wobbly kick. They'll let that bounce. It takes a McHi bounce. Rolls into Lopez territory down to the 46. Good field position for the Lopez Lobos. That takes us to the end of the first quarter. McHi leads 20-7. Lobos trying to come back.
If you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Hi, we're Mission Veterans, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live. Woo!
Back here at Sam Stadium on a Saturday. I want to thanks again to all the sponsors and advertisers assisting us greatly in broadcasting these games. Hacienda Ford, now one of our title sponsors, helping us bring the production level to a higher level here on Real Sports. First quarter statistics, Bulldogs outgained the Lobos 109-97 in total offense, 37 of that on the ground, 72 through the air. The Lobos had 33 yards on the ground, 64 through the air, most of that coming on one big pass play for each team. Lobos now on first down. First play for the second quarter. Running play out across the left side. Xavier Vasquez on the carry. Brought down after a short gain. And second down coming up. A lot of things went wrong for Lopez out of the gate here in this ball game that led to that 20-0 deficit. Since then, a little signs of life, including the big touchdown score, as Jose Cruz directs the show here. Second down, call it 9. Takes a snap, hands the ball off, running play right side. Right to the midfield stripe goes Vasquez. Stretches forward for a couple extra, and 3rd and 6 coming up now for the Lobos. Santa Rosa's at La Feria next week. We've got that one for you. Austin LBJ in town, taking on those Fresnos. We'll broadcast that for you on Friday. Pass play for Cruz. Right-hand side and incomplete. Penalty flag on the play. It was in direction of Jacob Cortinas. Defended back there by Dylan Suarez. Cortinas has already shown the ability to elevate above defenders and go get balls. And so we'll take a look here at this call. Indications it's against the McAllen Bulldogs, and it is. So that'll move the ball downfield for the Lobos. And it also generates a new set of downs. 10:52 remaining here in the first half of play. See our scores rolling across the bottom of the screen. Those are all scores from last night's game. Handoff, running play, and nothing doing for Xavier Vasquez. Hit hard that time as he got near the line of scrimmage. And 2nd and 10 coming up for Lopez Lobos. Looking forward to Thursday when we've got all the games with live video coming your way from various stadiums. Quite the undertaking if you dared follow me in my shoes for a couple of days to get these things going. Cruz hit and thrown down. Corralled that time by Trey Santos. And they'll mark it down for no gain as Cruz manages to get back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long for Lopez. This Lopez team has shown the ability to gain first downs on 3rd and long. That's where they also hooked up on the touchdown scoring pass to Serrata. Bad snap this time. Football is recovered by Cruz back at the 45-yard line of the Bulldogs. And so 4th and 15 now for Lopez as the drive comes to a halt. Stepping back to return the punt is Jackson Helmkamp. Meanwhile, Jose Cruz stays in a shotgun formation. Tries to draw him off sides, nothing doing. Drops a little bit further back in punt formation. Takes it, gets the kick away. Good end-over-end kick. Helmkamp lets it bounce. Now he touches it. Has to pick it up at his own 1. Hit, got away from one man. Here comes a penalty flag as Helmkamp races across the 15, got to the 20. And now the penalty flags come raining in. And remember, he started returning this ball back around his 1. And so we'll see how far back. If this penalty is against the Bulldogs, they'll have to start this drive. McAllen here on a Saturday night, opening the season against Brownsville Lopez on week 1. They marked the ball all the way down to the 3-yard line. And that's where the McHi Bulldogs will have to set up shop. Running play right side, a hit at the 5, stumbling out across the 6-yard line. Little breathing room established that time. On the carry. Three-yard gain, second down coming up. I hear Meza now back there in the backfield. And now here come the penalty flags raining in. This will be against the Bulldogs. There's not much more room for the official to go walking back there.
I'm texting you. Joe can open the door with the thing.
Shotgun formation for Robert Amador out of his own end zone. Drops back, hands the ball off, and just getting out of the end zone, back across the 1, maybe the 2-yard line, is Meza. And with 7:55 and counting here in this second quarter of play, third and a bundle for the Bulldogs, but this all out of the shadows of their own goalpost, trying to stay out of the safety situation. Amador out of his end zone. Single back in the backfield to join him. Takes a snap, hands it off, and here comes his man. Meza has some room. Races out across the 25 to the 30, 35, 40 sideline. He's out of bounds there. First down for the Bulldogs, and a bunch more on a carry by Yahir Meza. Watch this cutback, and once he bounces it outside, receivers in position to deliver some blocks. And just tripping up Meza after a 41-yard gain. And that changes the complexion of this drive for the Bulldogs of McHi. Amador drops back to throw, drops the ball, picks it back up. Now it's another fumble, loose ball, big scramble there. Lobos say they got it. No indication yet by the official. It is Lobo football. He drops it once, picks it back up, and then the ball knocked out of his hands. And the Lopez Lobos defense right there to make the play. 7:21 left here in the first half, and the Lopez Lobos offense sent back on the field. So fortunately for McHi, they had that big carry for Meza. Now here Meza got him out of the shadows of the end zone. Bought him a little room, and then the fumble. Here come the Lobos on the run. Left-hand side, Vasquez. Tripped up as he got to the 40-yard line. Good open field tackle over there by Jackson Helmkamp. Vasquez on his 8th carry of the night gets 3. 28 yards on the night for Vasquez. With 6:50 and counting here in the first half. High snap. This is way over the quarterback's head. Cruz races back, dives on it, gets it back at his own 30-yard line. That's going to be a near 30-yard loss on a bad snap over the quarterback's head, Jose Cruz. He really had no chance on that. Fortunately for him and the Lobos, he was able to get onto the ball. Brings up third down. If you want a first down in your Lopez, you got to get it to your opponent's 33. You're going to take this snap from your own 32. Cruz takes a high snap this time, hands it off. Bouncing it outside left is Vasquez for nothing. And so after getting the ball on a turnover, Lopez Lobos unable to move the ball downfield as a McHi defense forces a 3-and-out. Clock running with 5:39 left here in the half. Reminding you we've got additional broadcasts coming your way on Tuesday as well, high school volleyball. And we talked about volleyball today as McHi was in town. We broadcast that one against Los Fresnos. Next Saturday, we'll follow Los Fresnos to McAllen Memorial. Laredo Alexander will join the mix. Here's a punt by Cruz, a short kick. It's going to take a McAllen bounce and roll out of bounds all the way back at the Lopez 41-yard line. So the Bulldogs take over after this.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
We are this close.
We're this close.
We are this close of wanting to making history.
This close to changing the world.
We are this close.
This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
ever again. This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio. All we need is you.
This close.
If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
Amador hands the football off on a first down carry. Nowhere to go as on the run was Ahir Meza. Takes it all the way out to the sideline, but never could turn upfield. Gains nothing on the play. 2nd and 10 coming up for McHi. 4:45 left here in the half. Amador out of a shotgun. Has 2 receivers. Make it 3 receivers on that right side. Looking right side. New quarterback in the game, by the way. Fires the ball downfield. Got a man inside the 30, and that's caught for a first down. New quarterback. Hunter Curl this time. See him over there deliver this pass. For a first down. Passes again, this time over on the left side. Eduardo Castillo with a catch. Castillo has a first down as he goes for 13. And so Hunter Curl, new quarterback in the game, delivering on back-to-back strikes. Clock stops with 4:12 remaining here in this first half of play. One of the players shaken up a bit. They'll attend to him. I want to remind you again, the next big event in the city of San Benito is the South Texas Music Festival. That'll take place on Saturday, September 21st. In other words, 3 weeks from today. 4 o'clock to 11. They'll still have it rolling on the 21st at Heaven Memorial Park in San Benito. That's at 705 North Bowie Street, 4 to 11 o'clock. Lots of music, lots of fun, lots of food. Good times for all. City of San Benito, one of our premier sponsors here on Real Sports Live. We greatly appreciate all they're doing. Also want to thank both of the school districts here, as Brownsville School District had a good meeting with them this week as far as becoming one of the schools that want to showcase what they're doing and their students and their facilities. Of course, the athletics, we cover the athletics in a big way here on Real Sports Live, and now the school district wanting to join Harlingen, and looks like Sherryland signed on this week as well, as there'll be additional schools coming on board to showcase what their schools are doing and what their students are producing. Running play after the timeout. Right side, this is going to be Octavian Lewis. Lewis turns a corner, steps out of bounds as he gets inside the 10. Lewis that time on his second carry of the night ends up gaining 9. Check it, make it 8. 2nd and 2 coming up for the McAllen Bulldogs. 4:03 remaining here in the half. Bulldogs scored the first 20. Lobos scored. That's your score setting right now as the Bulldogs are in the red zone. Curl fumbles the football. Lobos get on it and recover it. Turnover, Lopez ball. Man on the spot that time was Abraham Gomez, and you can see here that's just a miscommunication. Quarterback and tailback, and the Lopez Lobos defense forces a turnover. Now, Gomez was able to get on it, but right beside him was Asias Lucio, and Asias saw. He saw downfield. There was nobody in front of him. He was trying to pick that ball up. Gomez did what you teach, and that is just get the ball, get it in our hands, I'll recover it. But the vision that time of Lucio, he saw a scoop 6 for the Lobos. Had he got his hands on it, I'm not sure anybody would have caught him. Nonetheless, first down for the Lobos after the turnover, trying to capitalize here. For that snap, here comes the whistle blowing. Offsides called against the Lobos, 5 yards. March it back inside the 10, back to the 9 now. Make it the 8 for the Lopez Lobos. Just 71 yards of offense for Lopez here in the first half. Jose Cruz, 3 of 6 for 64 yards. It's accounted for most of it. Slings a pass over the middle. That is nearly picked off. He was looking in the direction of Jose Aguirre. But back there playing center field, Jackson Helmkamp had a bead on that, just couldn't get to it in time. It dropped in front of him. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 3:54 remaining here in the half. Lobos with 1 timeout remaining. McAllen has all 3 of their timeouts left. So if the Bulldogs can get a stop here, they should get good field position out of this exchange and have time to work with. Cruz would like to get a first down or 2. Motion here on the play. Penalty flags in. 5 more yards coming up against the Lopez Lobos. This drive started after the Lobos recovered a fumble by the Bulldogs of McHi. This ball spotted down at the 4 on the half the distance of the goal line. It's only a 4-yard penalty. Not much room to go back any further. Cruz now out of his end zone. Waits for the snap. Takes it, hands it off. Bouncing it to the outside, trying to get ahead, and down goes the tailback. No gain, maybe a loss on the play. That was Xavier Vasquez. We got a player shaken up. Well, they take a look at that. 3:43 remaining. We'll take a look at this.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Fishing fans, here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-Up, 3-Down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format, no fish over 21 inches, $150 per team or boat, maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is a team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-Up, 3-Down Fishing Tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way. That fishing tournament is getting closer and closer. Again, remind everyone to sign up for that when a group or an event takes place that's going to assist high school. There's a bad snap. Cruz gets back to it, runs out of the back of the end zone. That's a safety for the Bulldogs of McHi. 2 more points on the board for the Bulldogs. Snap sailed over the head of Cruz. No chance for him to get to it. By the time he touched it, he was already momentum carrying him out of the back of the end zone. So it's a 22-7 lead. Bulldogs get the ball on the free kick right after this. Be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the Blue Building and the Blue Shrimp Boats, Laguna Madre Baits. 828 Westport Drive, Fort Mansfield, Texas.
East High School. Thank you for watching Rio Sports Live.
Before you have time to worry, we'll get you taken care of fast and easy. Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
Back here after the safety, the ball will be teed up at the 20-yard line for the Lopez Lobos. Talked about that on the exchange, if the Bulldogs could get a stop, they would get good field position. Now they get 2 points out of the deal and still may get good field position out of this on this free kick teed up at the 20. 2 men back to return the kick, and it's a high kick. Going to be fielded at the 38. This is Helmkamp across the 45 to the midfield stripe into Lobos territory. Got a block at the 40. Up into the 35-yard line on the return for the Bulldogs is Jackson Helmkamp. Stops the clock with 3:16 remaining here in the first half of play. McHi up 22-7. Now start a drive at the 35-yard line. We'll see who comes in at quarterback on this set of downs. Turnovers on the last 2 by the Bulldogs. First down play from the 35 of the Lobos. Up the middle on a run with some room across the 25 down to the 22-yard line. Quick carry that time by Troy Martinez. That's enough for another first down. Martinez now on 5 carries has 46 yards rushing. Another player shaken up on that play. Quarterback, by the way, this drive is Hunter Curl in for a second drive. While they attend to that player who's down, 3:09 left here in the half. That's just a cramping situation. We'll keep it right here. Reminding you we have games coming up on Thursday, and all games on Thursdays and Saturdays will be live video when allowed by the coaches. We'll be at Sam Stadium right here. System 1 will be back. Edinburgh Vela with a 7 o'clock kickoff takes on the Hannah Eagles. Vela hung on and won their first game of the season. The Eagles came up just short against McCallum Memorial. We'll also be at Harlingen on Thursday night as Laredo United South is in town to take on the Harlingen Cardinals. Cardinals 1-0. South fell to Edinburgh Vela in week 1. Donna will take on PSJA Southwest. That's a broadcast game on Thursday. Sherryland Pioneer will try to get back on track. They lost that thriller at home against Harlingen last night. They'll take on Juarez Lincoln. And Three Rivers is at La Villa. That's all broadcasting on Thursdays. Running play, and that goes nowhere on a carry by Hunter Curl. Gain of a yard as the Lopez Lobos were able to stuff that one. 2:47 left here in this half. Curl drops back into a shotgun formation for the Bulldogs of McHi on 2nd and 9. Drops back to throw, has a ton of time, delivers the ball downfield. It's tipped and incomplete. In the direction of Eduardo Castillo. Incomplete pass by Curl. Curl now 2 of 3 in the passing game. Hit on his first 2 for 25 yards. Misfired on that. 3rd down for the Bulldogs. This coming after they got the ball back after the defense produced a safety. So the defense for the Bulldogs has put up 8 points here in the first half. 8 of the 22 on the scoreboard. Motion and a penalty flag comes in on that play. This will be against McHi. Moving the Bulldogs even further back. Fans, I encourage you to go back and watch the replay of today's volleyball action. Those are always up on our site. Those watching on social media, share the link of any live broadcast going on. You can also share the link as you go back and watch any of the replays. But thrilling action today from Los Fresnos as McHi end up taking down the Lady Falcons 3-1 in the best-of-5 series. Bulldogs on third down. Straight drop back for Curl. Now he's going to run up the middle, hit, and down goes Curl. A vicious hit delivered right at the 30. Stops play with 2:20 remaining here in this half. Curl had his helmet knocked off, and that means he'll exit the game as Robert Amador checks back in. Either way, Amador's your punter. He also was the starting quarterback here tonight for this game. 2 minutes and some change here, running in the first half, 2:05. Amador lines up in shotgun on fourth down, drops back to throw, sets up a screen. Incomplete pass as that's dropped. Amador looking in the direction of Troy Martinez. So a turnover on downs, and the Lopez Lobos take over. Minute 55 left here in this first half. Looking further ahead to the second half, the Bulldogs will get the ball to start the second half. Up 22-7 right now. Lobos would like to put some points on the board here. Get this game to within one score. Heading into the second half. Cruz back in the ball game as the quarterback drops back, hands it off, running play left side, and that goes nowhere. Then there's a flag thrown at the end of the play. All indications are that's against the Lobos. Generally, when that flag is thrown right there, that's an illegal block behind the play. And so the official will take a long walk towards the end zone, protected by the Lobos. Our broadcast brought to you in part by KBSDI-TV here in Brownsville, Texas, from Sam Stadium, under the direction of the Lopez High School Media Class. One of the camera operators tonight, the camera operating by Jessica Reyna. Did a great job on Thursday, doing another good job here. Free play for the Lobos. Fire a pass downfield. That's going to be nearly picked off. Incomplete pass in the direction of Cortinas. That was a free play for the Lobos, as it appeared the Bulldogs jumped off sides on that snap. Dylan Suarez back there on defense. Gabriel Handy saying, please stop switching the camera mid-play. Well, I am not under the direction of pushing the buttons on the switch, my friends. The many years I've worked in this field, each operator that's pushing those buttons has their own vision. That's their own artistry as they put a game together. I'm just here with a microphone. Minute 30 to go. I wouldn't dare try to switch a game. No way. Any more than I'd try to be the photographer. I did all those years at Channel 4 getting highlights. Ended up being fairly proficient at that. But as far as hey, do you want to do that? And I even tell the guys and the girls that are helping me, if you want to know the worst camera operator in Real Sports Live, you're talking to him. That's why I talk a lot and do the broadcast. Timeout on the field. Minute 30 left here in the first half. Back after this.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
A piece of cake Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At a piece of cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is a piece of cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
Are you ready? Back here on Rio Sports as we have 1:30 left. Bulldogs and McHi took a timeout. Lopez Lobos facing a 2nd and 16. Cruz trying to get away from the defense. Not going to do it. Drop for a huge loss back inside his 20. Bulldogs use another timeout with 1:23 left here in this first half of play. I want to remind you again, the next big event in the city of San Benito is taking place at the South Texas Music Festival on September 21st at the Memorial Park. Evan Memorial Park on 705 North Bowie Street from 4 to 11 o'clock on Saturday, 3 weeks from today. 4 to 11. Lots of music, lots of fun, lots of food, lots of vendors. And also assisting one of our broadcast partners as far as sponsorship goes, the city of San Benito and the EDC. 1:23 left here in this first half. Bulldogs scored the first point of the game on a defensive scoop and score. Tacked on a running touchdown and then got another 6 through the air. Had a 20-0 lead. Lopez hooked up on a touchdown pass to Jesus Serrata from Jose Cruz for 31 yards. Extra point was good. And then a safety here in the second quarter. And that tallies up all the points on either side of the board. Here, after this timeout, the Lobos face 3rd and 16. Bulldogs have one timeout remaining. Cruz hands it off. This is Serrata taking it across the 20 to the 24-yard line. Good enough for a 6-yard gain, not near enough for a first down. And the Bulldogs expend their final timeout. Third timeout of the first half. But they should get their hands on the football as the Lopez Lobos will have 4th and 16 after this.
Are you ready for low prices? It's a Labor Day party.
The Hacienda Ford Labor Day sale is going on now. You can get a new F-150 starting at just $27,995 or 0% interest for 72 months.
We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My Hacienda friends are saving money tonight.
Hacienda has it.
Hi, we're the Lady Wildcats, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live. Hi, we're Edinburgh Cougars, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Back here, always a lot of fun when we get to all the various teams to say that thanks for watching Real Sports Live. We got more and more of those coming. Crew helped me out during some of those volleyball tournaments and during some of our preseason football coverage. Punting time for Cruz. Gets it away, takes a bounce for the Lobos. Fielded by Helmkamp, and here he comes across the midfield stripe. Got to the outside. Helmkamp may take it down the 40, 30. He's got one man to beat. Down to the 20. Cruz is there and wraps him up inside the 15-yard line. Jackson Helmkamp on the return for the Bulldogs. 1 minute left here in the half. Take a look at this. On the fly, Helmkamp. Now, got away from that man. Got some great blocking there. You can see the wall developing. And then Cruz, the last guy back there, is able to wrap him up. Not before he takes it down to the spot him out at the 13.5. First down play for the Bulldogs. Back in to run the quarterback spot is Hunter Curl. Hands it off, running play left-hand side, and it's going to be down near the goal line. Troy Martinez knocked down at the 1. Nearly took that in. First and goal coming up for McHi. Curl on a quick count. Hands it off, running play, left side, touchdown, Troy Martinez. A 10-second drive, 14 yards on 2 plays, and McHi up 28-7. So you script that out on the visitor side. McAllen, that's about as good as you could ask. As far as the defense getting this stop. There's a blocked extra point. Ball loose in the end zone. It's recovered by the Bulldogs. Extra point, no good. 49 seconds left. Kickoff coming up as we close out the first half. Bulldogs up by 21.
Start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Back here at Sam Stadium as we get set for the kickoff of the McHi Bulldogs. Teeing the ball up at the 40-yard line. Busy man tonight, Yael Valero. 4 touchdowns in the game for the Bulldogs. Add a safety to that. And the opening kickoff to start this ball game. Boots into this one. Short kick. Fair catch called for and made by the Lobos at their own 37. Jacob Cortinez on the reception there. Reminding you, we'll be naming our player of the game at the conclusion of this broadcast, as we're trying to make sure we select players of the game at the end of each of our broadcasts with System 1, which is what you're seeing here. Earlier today, it's our She Has It Award, awarded in the volleyball. Tonight, we'll have it the He Has It Award, sponsored in part by Hacienda Ford. Hacienda Ford has it when looking for new and used cars or service on your cars out of Edinburgh, Texas. Running play for the Lobos goes for a yard, and that should take us to the halftime break. Lobos don't have to take a snap, although Cruz and company are at the line. Takes a snap. Another running play, right side, goes for nothing. Bulldogs were there to make that quick stop. 3rd down coming up. Clock down to 12 seconds. Cruz looks to the sideline. Coaching staff said, let's head to the locker room. 28-7 your score. Bulldogs lead this one. We'll be back with halftime, and we'll talk a little bit about some additional broadcasts coming your way. This is Real Sports Live.
Best of the next game, and let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Hi, we're DJ Southwest Avenida. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias, su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Located in the historic downtown district in San Benito is Main Street Boutique. A perfect stop, great atmosphere, locally owned and operated, and new items coming in every day. Something for everyone. Main Street Boutique in San Benito. Everyone's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2 in Harlingen. Choose from a wide selection and score big today on West Expressway 83.
Right now, how about this 2015 Chrysler 300S model with a Beats stereo, leather interior, navigation, $57,000, reduced today, $19,999. Or a 2012 Ram 1500, a Lone Star package, 5.7 Hemi engine, a towing package, automatic, $16,499. Or how about a diamond in the rough, 1998 Dodge 3500 dually with a fifth wheel, 4x4, power everything, heavy-duty bumper, $14,999.
Financing is available with lending for all types. Every deal's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2, in business since 2002, Harlingen, Texas.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Services have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together.
Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Hi, we're the Edinburgh Bobcats. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito. Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
We're the Bulldogs. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Hi, we're Robert Bella's favorite cats, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
At First Community Bank, we believe in small business.
When Jennifer and Jimmy Wilson started Wild August Nursery and Flower Farm, they found Ricky Leal at First Community Bank had the financing to help them grow.
Make FCB your bank.
Back here on Real Sports is the McHi marching band, and yours truly had a little brain mishap right there. Last segment. It helps if you're going to talk while your camera's rolling if you unmute the microphone. So we're back to live action here. As you can see, the McHi Bulldogs are out there on the field. 28-7 is your score. This wraps up our Week 1 coverage of high school football as we brought you Thursday night live coverage of a video presentation, Sherryland and Brownsville Pace. And we bookend that here at Sam Stadium to wrap it up on a Saturday. We'll do the same thing next week. And between that, all those audio games covered last night. And then volleyball this morning from Los Fresnos. The big game in volleyball coming up this week on a week from today is a tri-match at McCallum Memorial. Laredo Alexander, the only team that's beaten McHi this year, will be in town to take on McCallum Memorial and Los Fresnos in a tri-match over at McCallum Memorial. We'll be broadcasting that one. So we got a schedule given to us from the McAllen Public Relations Director. And so we're putting together the broadcast schedule in conjunction with what they're doing there with their broadcast crew. Always a terrific job. If you get a chance to watch any of the games produced over at McAllen, a lot of hired guns over there putting out a high-quality product, regardless if it's on the football field or when they cover the volleyball or basketball or baseball or softball games. Mark May and company doing a good job on that. We'll take a break and we'll get you set for the second half. 15 minutes on the clock. 28-7 your score. McHi leads Lopez. This is Real Sports Live.
Hi, we're Sherryland Rattlers, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Hi, we're PSJ Southwest Javelinas, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live. Jay's up!
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Hi, we're Natalie and Huskies, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have.
The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Before you have time to worry, we'll get you taken care of fast and easy. Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
Hi, we're Brownsville veterans, and thanks for watching Real Sports Live.
Truck Techs in Harlingen is your source for lifts, wheels, and tires. Talking trucks of any size, any model, and any year. Specializing in accessories with top-of-the-line products to bring that special look to your truck in a professional way. Lifts, wheels, and tires, with financing available too. Call today or stop by Truck Techs in Harlingen. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
Before you have time to worry, we'll get you taken care of fast and easy. Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
Needing a treat before or after the big game? Then, when in Harlingen, stop in at the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli and treat yourself to some amazing things. Ice creams, shakes, sundaes, banana splits, and that's just a sample. If you can dream it, they can make it at the Scoop in Harlingen. From the deli comes a variety of sandwiches that is sure to bring you back for more. Hamburgers and hot dogs served every day. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7, Sundays from 12 to 6 on F Street in Harlingen. It's the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Located in the historic downtown district in San Benito is Main Street Boutique. A perfect stop, great atmosphere, locally owned and operated, and new items coming in every day. Something for everyone. Main Street Boutique in San Benito.
Back here on Rio Sports Live at halftime as the Lopez Lobos marching band out there performing. I want to remind you fans, we've got additional broadcasts coming your way on Tuesday. We'll be in 3 different locations broadcasting volleyball games. I've got 3 crews that are committed, and we'll unveil those games on social media sometime over the holiday weekend. Talia and I are going to actually take a little bit of a break tomorrow. New grandchild arrived this week. We're going to go up and get to see Dalia for the first time. And I'll be back here on Monday gathering everything together and getting set for all the football broadcasts for next week, which means we'll be busy again. Next time I'm on the air as far as a football game, we'll be right back here at Sam Stadium on Thursday night when the Edinburgh Vela Sabercats are here to take on the Hannah Eagles. Sabercats are 1-0, and what a strange game over there for Edinburgh Vella. I was talking to some fans even yesterday. Jumped out to a convincing lead against Laredo United South and then ended up winning by 5. That thing just took a turn in the second half, and United South was sitting there with thoughts and hopes that they could have won that game. Speaking of having hopes and thoughts that they could have won a game, the Hannah Eagles, coming off a heartbreaking loss last night, they went toe-to-toe with McHi Memorial. Ended up having a 2-point conversion they didn't make. We were talking with some fans after that one as we stopped and grabbed a bite to eat on our way home from Mission. And they were just chomping at the bit, wanting to get back on the football field already. Players were coming in. We were sitting there watching them and talking to them. They were like, we coulda, we shoulda, we wanted to win that football game. And now they can't wait for Vella. Well, in some cases, careful what you wish for, because the Vella SaberCats are a real team coming here. But that's now developing into a nice rivalry between the Eagles and the SaberCats. Both found themselves last year in playoff runs. And now both right back here, as this will be the third year they'll play in non-district action. As it swings back over here to Hannah. That'll be a broadcast game on Thursday. It'll be a video broadcast as we bring you that one. Laredo United South, of course, we missed their game against Edinburgh Vella, but they'll be in town on Thursday night at Harlingen to take on the Cardinals. Takes from the Cardinals on week 1 is, first and foremost, they went up against a team that had a lot of offensive firepower in Pioneer. Everyone knew that going in. But the Cardinals put up some points. And that's the scary part when we're talking to coaches. Today we were at Los Fresnos covering the volleyball game. We were talking with some football people down there who were like, what we took notice of was that Harlingen scored as many points as they did against Pioneer, and that Hannah scored as many as they did against McHi Memorial, and that Rivera made a statement by being competitive in their game last night. San Benito went toe-to-toe with Cal Allen. Harlingen South looked better than expected in some eyes. They looked as good as expected in other eyes. And so you look at that district and say, well, who is the favorite to win District 32-6A? Is it Hannah coming back? Is it San Benito? Is it Harlingen? Is it Harlingen South? Is it Los Fresnos? Or is Rivera going to be that team? And I'm going to quote a coach who used a line that I use, who said, if we're not careful, we're all going to be saying, we did well against everyone, but we lost to Rivera. And suddenly Rivera's in contention. So a lot of fun coming up for 32-6A, but a non-district game right here on Thursday will be a lot of fun as the Hannah Eagles take on the Edinburgh Vella SaberCats. We'll take a break. When we come back, the field is empty from the bands. Teams starting to arrive back on the field. We're closer to the second half kickoff. In cooperation with KBSD-ITV out of Brownsville, Texas, under the production of the Lopez High School media class and the camera operations of one Jessica Reyna. I'm Joe Bowling. This is Real Sports Live, 28-7 at halftime. McHi leads the Lobos to Lopez. This is Real Sports Live.
Dining adventure begins with one word, fresh. At the Sea Ranch, we combine a fresh, inviting atmosphere with chef-inspired cuisine prepared from the freshest local shrimp, oysters, snapper, and mahi-mahi. Our salmon, Alaskan king crab, and live Maine lobsters are flown in fresh. A local favorite for over 30 years, the Sea Ranch. Come enjoy a fresh experience.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Are you ready?
Labor Day party. It's the Hacienda Ford Labor Day sale where you can get a 2019 Ford EcoSport with navigation and an 8-inch touchscreen for just $17,495. We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My Hacienda friends are saving money tonight. Hacienda has it.
Needing a treat before or after the big game? Then when in Harlingen, stop in at the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli and treat yourself to some amazing things. Ice creams, shakes, sundaes, banana splits, and that's just a sample. If you can dream it, they can make it at the Scoop in Harlingen. From the deli comes a variety of sandwiches that is sure to bring you back for more. Hamburgers and hot dogs served every day. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7, Sundays from 12 to 6. On F Street in Harlingen, it's the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli.
Truck Techs in Harlingen is your source for lifts, wheels, and tires. Talking trucks of any size, any model, and any year. Specializing in accessories with top-of-the-line products to bring that special look to your truck in a professional way. Lifts, wheels, and tires, with financing available too. Call today or stop by Truck Techs in Harlingen.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen.
Needing a treat before or after the big game? Then when in Harlingen, stop in at the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli and treat yourself to some amazing things. Ice creams, shakes, sundaes, banana splits, and that's just a sample. If you can dream it, they can make it at the Scoop in Harlingen. From the deli comes a variety of sandwiches that is sure to bring you back for more. Hamburgers and hot dogs served every day. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7, Sundays from 12 to 6. On F Street in Harlingen, it's the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli.
Lopez Lobos make their way back out on the football field. The McHi Bulldogs are already waiting. Bulldogs put up 28 points in the first half. Run down your stats. Bulldogs with 212 yards of offense in that first half, 115 on the ground, 97 in the air. Lobos were limited to just 12 yards on the ground and 25 carries. 64 yards in the passing game, most of that coming on one big play. For the Bulldogs, quarterback Robert Amador, the starter, was 2 of 6 for 72 yards. On the ground, Troy Martinez was the bright spot for the Bulldogs on 6 carries with 58 yards. Behind him, Yahir Meza had 4 carries for 45 yards. That's a bit deceiving, as one of those carries was 41 yards on 1 carry. In the air, Felipe Magana had the big catch of the first half, a 60-yard touchdown strike from Amador to Magana. He also had another catch for 13 yards, 73 yards in the first half, a catch apiece for Octavian Lewis and Eduardo Castilla for the visitors. On the home side, Lopez Lobos, Jose Cruz was 3 of 7 for 64 yards. Kickoff on the way. Second half begins. Dropped by the Bulldogs. They'll pick that up out across the 11. This is Helmkamp. Got it to the 20, to the 30. Helmkamp to the 35, to the 38-yard line. On the return, after scooping it up after he dropped it, Helmkamp gets the return for the Bulldogs, and they'll set up shop on the first possession of this second half. Meanwhile, already players are cramping up on the far side of the field as they'll start dealing with that. Week 1, it happens, especially if you're on these teams that have limited numbers of players capable of stepping in and playing under the Friday night lights, in this case Saturday night lights. And you'll start seeing that cramping situation come into play. Nonetheless, it's an injury timeout as they're attending to one of the players over there. Reminding you again, we've got broadcasts coming your way My thanks again, and a big part to the guys that stepped up and assisted in some broadcasting games last night. J.R. Gully, Marco Munguia, Manny Medrano, Jacob and Eddie, both doing a great job getting their feet wet in a broadcast. When you're sitting out in the stands on the visitor's side at San Benito, it's not the easiest spot to call a game, especially when you're out there before the sun goes down on a hot night. Did a good job of bringing the broadcast there. First down play for the Bulldogs. Amador back in at the starting quarterback spot to start the second half, and penalty flags come raining in. 28-7. It was a 20-0 game at one time with the Bulldogs on top. Lopez Lobos were able to score and had chances to cut it down to a one-score game. Late safety in the first half added more points for the Bulldogs, and currently up by the 3 scores as they have the football in their hands to start this drive. Amador now out of a shotgun formation. Turns, hands the ball off. Running play right side, goes for a couple. Amador kept it himself. One thing about Amador, on the first half play, the biggest strike from the line of scrimmage for either team, he outright sold a ball fake that froze the defense, caught yours truly off guard, as he pulled it back in and then delivered a deep ball to Felipe Magana for the score. So his mechanics are right on running these reads. Here's a running play this time and some room. Troy Martinez on the run. He's got a touchdown tonight, and he's scampering inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. That's a 27-yard gain for Troy Martinez, who now on 7 carries has 85 yards on the ground for the Bulldogs. Minute gone here in the second half. Amador keeps Martinez in the backfield on his left side. Drops back to throw, looking for it. Right side, got a man, caught. More yards after the catch down the right sideline. Out of bounds is Octavian Lewis, but not before he gains 13. Quick strike that time from Amador to Octavian Lewis. For Lewis, his second catch of the night. On the replay, you can see that. A lot of zip on that ball. And then Lewis running through 2 tackles before getting bumped out of bounds. First down play just inside the red zone for the Bulldogs. And a running play to the right side. Again, they give it to Martinez, and this time Troy Martinez is brought down after a short gain of maybe 2. College football underway. Last I checked, one of the games of interest on yours truly, Missouri Tigers are winning. Not that many people are going to care on this broadcast, but I was. Second down play. Amador to throw. Looking for it all. Down in the corner of the end zone. Got him and caught. Touchdown. Amador to Lewis. 6 points for the Bulldogs. And Amador delivered that right on the money for Lewis to reel that in. You can see here a ton of time. That's where it starts. And then beautifully arced ball. All Lewis had to do was stay with the route and brought it in for the 19-yard score. Extra point coming up for the Bulldogs as the offense takes it downfield and scores. Extra point away, and the busiest man in the game on the night, Yael Valero, kicks it through. 35-7 Bulldogs. Took less than 2 minutes. A little better in comparison to 8 seconds when they scored to start this ball game, but nonetheless, they start the first half and the second half with points on the board in the blink of an eye. Kickoff coming up. This is Real Sports Live.
Your source for lifts, wheels, and tires. Talking trucks of any size, any model, and any year. Specializing in accessories with top-of-the-line products to bring that special look to your truck in a professional way. Lifts, wheels, and tires, with financing available too. Call today or stop by Truck Tex in Arlington.
Back here at Sam Stadium. Thanks again for joining us as we broadcast here on a Saturday night. Week 1 of the high school football season here in the state of Texas. KBSD ITV. Lopez High School media class. And on the camera tonight, Jessica Reyna on one of the main cameras. I'm Joe Bowling with you here as we are back in action here on Sam Stadium. We'll be here for, well, when it's all said and done, 31 regular season games coming from this stadium that we'll broadcast this season. Kickoff by the Bulldogs. Lobos let that bounce inside the 5. Bring it back across the 5. The left sideline to the 10. Well, they won't get to the 10 as down they go. On the return was Chris Reyes. Reyes had the ball go over his head. Once he got it back, lots of containment over there by the Bulldogs of McHi. They flashed that up on the scoreboard again, that Cane's Chicken ad. They had that up the other night. I swore I was going to go there after the game. I'm going to say it again. I may go tonight. Our main advertiser, as far as restaurants go, is Sea Ranch on the island. Not making a trip to the island tonight. A lot of people are. So if you're on the island, go to Sea Ranch. If not, I'm going to help support one of the sponsors here at Sam Stadium on their scoreboard, and that's Cane's Chicken. First down play for the Lobos. Jose Cruz back in at quarterback. Sees a lot of pressure coming up the middle, and here comes the penalty flags, as that'll be a false start on the offense. 2 guys coming up to the line showing a blitz for the McHi Bulldogs there. And a lot of times that will happen, especially if you have any kind of youth at all on that line of scrimmage. When it's one thing, you're looking up, you know who your blocking assignment is, but then all of a sudden you look up and there's 2 other guys there, and they're bouncing back and forth. Are they coming? Are they not? Are they going to come in here? Are they going to come my lane, lane beside me? And then you just flinch. Running play by the Lopez goes nowhere on first down. No gain on the play. Brings up second down and call it 15 yards to go. Our thanks to the coaching staffs on both teams for assisting us with information on some potential players to carry the ball on the running side of things and some potential receivers in the game. It always helps yours truly in the booth. Getting ready for a game. Running play here. Goes up the middle. Gains a couple. Frankie Alvarado on the carry that time. Ends up gaining, 3. Check it. Let's call it 2. Second. Now it's third down and long for the Lobos. Cruz, will he go to the air here? Sends a receiver out on the left-hand side. 2 receivers left now as he's looking left, going to run up the middle. Hit hard, and down he goes. Got to the 5, no further than that. Lots of containment up the middle as the defense did not buy it at all, as they tried to spread it out with receivers on that left side. So punting time for the Lobos from their own end zone. Snap back. The rush is there. Cruz is going to drop the football. It's picked up by the Bulldogs, and 6 points on the board. A second score for the Bulldogs defense. Cruz was trying to get out of the grasp. As you see here, he's running for his life. Tried to get back there. He was trying to hold the ball out. Was trying to get it out of the back of the end zone, but was brought down. And so for the second time on the night, this Bulldog defense is able to produce points. Extra point is good. 42-7. Back with more after this.
Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
Located in the historic downtown district in San Benito is Main Street Boutique. A perfect stop, great atmosphere, locally owned and operated, and new items coming in every day. Something for everyone. Main Street Boutique in San Benito.
At First Community Bank, we believe in small business.
When Dr. Armando Salazar decided to build new dental offices in Port Isabel, John Reed at First Community Bank had the perfect financing options.
Make FCB your bank.
Back here as we get ready for the kickoff, the McHi Bulldogs. Their defense alone has 2 touchdowns and a safety to pave the way here for this big lead now on week 1. And the Bulldogs travel home on Friday. They'll be taking on an Edinburgh North team that was defeated last night. So the Bulldogs, under the direction of head coach Albert Canales. Check that. That's a principal. Sorry. Get my notes up here. Patrick Shelby. Ali. Talked to him earlier. Making his coaching debut. We'll have a chance at home next week to look at going 2-0 out of the gate. We talked to several of their players during our preseason interviews. They were all anxious to get out there on the field under his direction and turn it around, especially some of those seniors who had a couple of woeful years, uncharacteristic of the Bulldogs, uncharacteristic of everything about at McHi, including the coaching staff last year. Just everybody about that team was just shaking their heads. This is not us. This is not a Coach Brewer type team. It's not results of what Coach Brewer expected. And so Patrick Shelby takes over and has to right the ship. And he has a lot of eager guys out there that are seniors who are determined that's not the way they're going to go out playing their high school careers at McHi. Running play for the Bulldogs on the right side. Vicious hitting going on now by the Bulldogs. Sarata on the carry, ends up gaining a yard. Clock running with 7:20 to go here in this third quarter of play. Reminding you again, we'll be naming our He Has It Award at the end of this game, sponsored in part by Hacienda Ford out of Edinburgh, Texas. Newer used cars are used in the service department. Hacienda Ford out of Edinburgh. Running play for the Lobos as penalty flags comes in. They'll take it out across the 20. Now we'll sort out the penalty. May have been a defensive infraction. And that's the call. That score clock operator is right on, as fast as any I've seen. He's already got it down at 3rd and 4. For the Lobos. Here comes the blitz. They'll run it to the left-hand side. More hard hitting as the Bulldogs slam that door shut. That's short of first down yardage on a carry by Jose Cruz. Now they'll spot him down with enough for a first down. So a kind spot here at home for the Lobos. Like he was hit a full yard behind that needed 33. They mark it down. First down now for the Lobos. Cruz sends a man in motion. Gonna run it. Left-hand side. Bounces off a tackler. Tries to get to the right side. Brought down there. 6:08 left. here in the third. High snap. Cruz takes that. Going to hand it off. That goes for a couple. Frankie Alvarado on the carry. Questions surrounding the Lobos coming into this game was how would they be able to sustain efforts with the limited number of players on the field once your players started coming off to try to get a breather. Hardest hit of the night right there, delivered by the Bulldogs. A massive blow delivered as Weston Guzman delivers the hammer. Clock running with 5 minutes left here in the third. Now fourth down for the Lopez Lobos. Jackson Helmkamp back to return this punt. A high kick. They'll let it bounce. Takes a Lopez roll down to the 35 and brought down there. Doesn't match what we saw last night at Mission, where there was an 86-yard punt. Longest punt I've ever witnessed at any level. And certainly the longest punt I ever witnessed in person. Timeout on the field. Bulldogs rolling. This is Real Sports Live.
Main Street Boutique, a perfect stop, great atmosphere, locally owned and operated, and new items coming in every day. Something for everyone. Main Street Boutique in San Benito. Come see what the city of San Benito has to offer today.
Running play for the Bulldogs, and they take it all the way down to the 30-yard line on first down. They brought that offense onto the field in a hurry after that punt. Here's your replay. Another good ball delivered downfield by Amador. And he's putting up some good numbers here for the Bulldogs. Looks to throw again over the middle. Caught, short gain on the play. He went to Eduardo Castillo again. Amador is now connected on his last four. He's 6 of 10 in the game for 142 yards and 2 touchdowns. Shotgun formation on second down. Hands it off right up the middle. This is Troy Martinez. Martinez all the way scores a touchdown. Second running touchdown of the game for Martinez. That's 26 more yards and 6 more points. Martinez, once he got through the line of scrimmage, was just in a blink of an eye gone. By the time the secondary could react, he was already in the end zone. 6 more for the Bulldogs. 3:39 left here in this ball game. Extra point again. It's been nearly automatic after missing his first. He hasn't missed since. He being Yael Valero. Anytime you say the kicker's name more than 5 or 6 times in a game, your offense is doing some things right. Add some defensive scores, you got a lopsided ball game. 49-7, Bulldogs lead. This is Real Sports Live.
Find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
Every great dining adventure begins with one word, fresh. At the Sea Ranch, we combine a fresh, inviting atmosphere with chef-inspired cuisine prepared from the freshest local shrimp, oysters, snapper, and mahi-mahi. Our salmon, Alaskan king crab, and live Maine lobsters are flown in fresh. A local favorite for over 30 years, the Sea Ranch. Come enjoy a fresh experience.
Lobos on the return to kick, take it out across the 20-yard line. The offense comes back on the field with 3:33 left. Reminding you, I'm going to be naming a player of the game at the conclusion of this contest, and right now, 2 in contention, at least on paper. Robert Amador, the quarterback for the McHi Bulldogs, 6 of 10, 142 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Troy Martinez on the ground, unofficially 9 carries, 110 yards and a couple of scores. Or do you just give it to the defense, who has put up 2 touchdowns and a safety for the Bulldogs? I'll take a vote. As I look around, it's me, so I'll come up with a decision. It'll be well-deserved nonetheless, as there's players that are earning their keep. Timeout on the field by the Lobos. 3:33 left here in the third. Bulldogs up by 42.
Real Sports 5, number 1.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the prices? It's a Labor Day party.
It's the Hacienda Ford Labor Day sale, where you can get a new Ford Expedition with 20-inch wheels, leather, navigation, and more for $12,000 off MSRP.
We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My Hacienda friends are saving money tonight.
Hacienda has it.
Hi, we're Lady Vikings, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Lobos come out firing on that first down play. Jose Cruz just misses his man. He had Jesus Serrata coming over on a crossing pattern. Serrata had some separation, but the ball just missed on the reception. Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10 for the Lobos, with 3:30 remaining here in the third quarter. Cruz back in a shotgun formation. Going to keep it, rolls out right side, has a completed pass as he finds Luis Barrera, who hangs on. Big hit delivered over there by Edwin Ledesma. Barrera with the catch. But not much on the yards gained. It'll be just 5, bringing up 3rd and 5 for the Lopez Lobos. Cruz draws him off sides, fires the ball left-hand side, and just misses his man. Incomplete pass. He got rid of the ball in a hurry. Had he taken an extra step, Eddie Cisneros may have been able to clear his man down that left sideline. Cruz, though, got rid of it in a hurry once he knew the defense had jumped. First down, as the penalty yards will set up a new set of downs for the Lobos. Cruz now on an option, hands it off. Running play across that right side. Big stand up there, and then the pile goes driving backwards, so we'll wait for the spot. Ball carrier Frankie Alvarado on that one. He'll end up gaining 2. 2nd and 8 for the Lobos. Clock running here in the third quarter, which has been all McHi. Defense scored another touchdown here in this half. Offense has been letter perfect. Cruz going to run it to the right side. Sidesteps a man. Stiff arms another. Down the sideline. Stepping out of bounds. Close to first down yardage for Jose Cruz. He stepped out right about the spot. And watch this. This is all Jose Cruz. Good block right there by Luis Barrera. But then after that, it's all Cruz. He elected to step out as there were 6 guys with a bead on him. But by that time, he had that first down yardage. New set of downs for the Lopez Lobos. And just trying to get a sustained drive going here. Man in motion, left to right. Cruz going to keep it. Bounces it outside on the left side. Now cuts it upfield to the midfield stripe. Stood up there. A good, strong 7-yard carry by Jose Cruz. And that time, if they show the replay on that, you'll see a good use of a motion man to draw the defense off of that corner. If you can get that block sealed after that, which was the case for the Lobos, and then with the athleticism of Jose Cruz, back-to-back positive plays. Cruz now hands it off. Running left is Frankie Alvarado. Ducks his head, gets it down near first down yardage. And I'll say this for Lopez. Yes, they're down 49-7, but this football team has shown some players capable of making some plays. Jacob Cortinez made as good a catch as you'll see any receiver make in this ball game. On any game. Here's a pass play on the right side. That's going to be picked off by the Bulldogs, but wave it off. Dylan Suarez got the interception, but they had already blown that play. Well, the flags had been thrown as the defense was drawn off sides. So they'll march off the penalty, and another first down for the Lopez Lobos. It's one thing we haven't had in this game is just a long, sustained drive for either team. McHi has moved the ball down and scored in quick fashion on most of their drives when they've been able to move it all. So the Lobos now first down from the 43-yard line of the Bulldogs. Man in motion is Serrata. Running play up the middle. This is going to be Alvarado again, and he'll gain 5. Lobos maintain control of the football here in this third quarter. Mark it back down as a 4-yard gain as they spot it down a little shy. Quick pass over here on the right side is incomplete. But that time they blew the play dead as the defense came across. Anytime you make contact, they'll blow it dead. If it's just jumping across, as you saw a play or two earlier, then they'll allow that play to continue. Timeout call. Bulldogs going to talk. Lopez with their best drive of the night as far as sustainability happening. We'll see if it continues after this.
Men, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Hi, we're Robert Bella's favorite cats, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Back here after a timeout as this broadcast continues here from Sam Stadium. Our thanks again to Brownsville School District, KBSDI-TV, and the Lopez High School Media Class assisting us in the broadcast. Camera operations tonight, give a shout out to Jessica Reyna. Pass play for the Lobos after the timeout. That's dropped in traffic. Jesus Serrata nearly hung on to that one. Incomplete pass, stops the clock with 20 seconds to go in the third, and the Lobos now facing third and about a yard to go. Cruz on a shotgun. Hands it off, running play right side, and that'll be enough for a first down. Another carry by Frankie Alvarado. They needed 1. He got 4. They marked the ball down outside the 33 of the McHi Bulldogs. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter. McAllen scores all the points scored here in this quarter. They led 28-7 at the break, a 21-0 run here in the third. Fourth quarter coming up. Lobos have a good-looking drive going. This is Real Sports Live.
Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Hi, we're McHi Bulldogs. Thanks for watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
Start of the fourth quarter here. Lopez Lobos on first down. Cruz keeps it himself. Runs forward, gets inside the 30, all the way down to the 27-yard line of the McHi Bulldogs. 6-yard gain on the play for Jose Cruz. As this Lobos team continues to produce here on this drive. This started after the defense recovered a fumble in the end zone for the Bulldogs. And then a stop, and then a touchdown run by Martinez. In the blink of an eye, they scored 14 points in about 2.5 minutes. Snap comes back to Cruz. Before that, they had blown that play dead. Head of steam that time coming across that line for the Bulldogs. Timeout called. Not even a minute gone in the fourth quarter. We'll be right back.
Hi, we're the Lady Tigers, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
At First Community Bank, we believe in small business.
When Jennifer and Jimmy Wilson started Wild August Nursery and Flower Farm, they found Ricky Leal at First Community Bank had the financing to help them grow.
Make FCB your bank.
After that timeout, the Lopez Lobos, the first team back out on the field. Reminding you, we'll be back here on Thursday night. Sam Stadium, the location, Edinburgh Vela in town to take on the Hannah Golden Eagles. Be on the air on that one with about a 6:30 pregame show. As finally I'll start settling in to getting some preparation work done for these broadcasts. I know it. Second down here for the Lobos. Cruz wants to throw. Fires it downfield. Man broke off his route. Incomplete pass. Serrata was trying to clear. Just as he turned it upfield, Cruz had already delivered the ball. So it brings up 3rd down and 4 for Lopez. This Lobo team will be right back here on Friday night against Brownsville Veterans. Cruz keeps it on a delay. Up the middle. Short of first down yardage. Got it to about the 26. Needs to get down to the 20. Let's call it. You get to the 23, you got a first down. So 3 yards short on that carry brings up 4th down. Thus far, a well-orchestrated drive for the Lopez. But the Lobos are going to need every bit of 3 more yards to keep this drive alive. Cruz sees a blitz potentially coming up the middle. Changes the play as he looks at the sideline. Play clock down to 5. Better hurry. Changes the play down to 2, down to 1. Did not get it off in time. He saw 2 guys creeping up there and immediately looked to the left. A lot of times you tell a quarterback, if you're looking downfield and you see guys coming at you, be sure you look at the play clock before you look to the sidelines. If it's down at 10 or under, generally, if it's a disastrous play coming up, then a quarterback's given the green light to go ahead and call that timeout. By the time you look to the sideline, which was a clear case there, And then you look back. If you have to tell anything to your linemen, the results are what you see there. Now, the Lobos coaching staff recognized that and called a timeout for him, so no penalty yards on the play. In a close game, again, that can come back to just absolute kill you when you start losing those timeouts. Cruz on 4th down, hands it off, and the Bulldogs get a stop as they drop Alvarado in his tracks. A good drive for the Lobos, but it comes up short as McHi gets the ball back on a turnover on downs. And now we'll see who comes in at quarterback for McAllen. Robert Amador got the start. Hunter Curl was able to take a few snaps. As they come back out here, Curl will take over the quarterback duties. Single back in the backfield with 10:20 left here in the ball game. Curl hands the ball off and now keeps it himself on a nice ball fake. Takes it across the 30. He had you hear Meza right there and just stuck that in and pulled it right back out and kept it on his own. Ends up gaining 4 on the carry. 2nd down. Bulldogs run it this time to Meza. Meza has near 1st down yardage. Takes it out across the 35. That is enough as he gets to the 38. And McAllen in hurry-up offense mode. Up by 42, 9:45 left in the ball game. But some eager players out there wanting to get more reps in, more snaps. Meza takes this handoff, no keeper this time as Hunter Curl hangs on to the ball, ends up losing a couple. Not such a bad decision, even though you lose yards on the play by Curl. Had he stuck with the handoff, Meza was going to be dropped a good 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 2 brings up 2nd down. And a short spot makes it a loss of 1 for 2nd and 11. Curl this time hands it off to Meza. Wrapped up, hit first over there by Braylon Castillo for the Lobos. Meza now with 6 carries, has 51 yards. Leading carriers, Troy Martinez. We've probably seen the last of Martinez on the night. Troy on 9 carries had 110 yards. Penalty was called on that play, and they'll march it back 5 yards against the Bulldogs. And you run into that, too, when you start having this hurry-up situation. And in a lot of cases, new players in the game getting their first taste of varsity ball. That may be a lateral. That ball is loose on the right-hand side. Now they'll blow it dead as an incomplete pass. Man, I was bragging earlier about on college football, my Missouri Tigers, they were winning early. And then I looked up, they gave up 27 points to Wyoming. And then 7 more in the 3rd quarter. We're trailing 34-14. It's now 34-24 with 10 minutes left. Maybe, who knows? 3rd down here. Pass play for Hunter Curl. Going to keep it now and run up the middle. Frees himself some room across the 40-yard line. Upended at the 41. Short of 1st down yardage on the carry. Here comes Curl. Watch this. Pocket had collapsed. Once he got here comes the big hit right there. 4th down coming up on the carry for Curl. Couldn't get the 1st down. We'll go under 8 minutes left here in this ball game. Lobos send a single man back to return this punt. Inside is 25. Snap back. Amador gets it away. To the right side, takes a Bulldog roll inside the 20. And the 18, that's where the Lobos will take over. 1st and 10. 7:37 left in this contest.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Everyone's a winner at Cano Auto Sales 2 in Harlingen. Choose from a wide selection and score big today on West Expressway 83.
Right now, how about this 2015 Chrysler 300S model with a Beat stereo, leather interior, navigation, $57,000, reduced today, $19,999. Or a 2012 Ram 1500, a Lone Star package, 5.7 Hemi engine, a towing package, automatic, $16,499. Or how about a diamond in the rough, 1998 Dodge 3500 dually with a fifth wheel, 4x4, power everything, heavy duty bumper, $14,999.
Financing is available with lending for all types. Every deal's a winner at Cano Auto Sales 2, in business since 2002, Harlingen, Texas.
Back here after the timeout was called. Clock running with 7:23 remaining. Bulldogs just at the 20-yard line of the Lopez Lobos. Will have 2nd down and 1. Check that Lobos with the football. 2nd and 9. Coming back the other way. Cruz stays in the game. Alvarado back there with him. Cruz going to run. Crosses field. Tries to bounce it to the outside on the right. Got to the 20. Got to the 25. Out about the 28-yard line. He ran a long way to gain 6 yards. Jose Cruz. 3rd down coming up. Clock running with 6:30 to go in the game. Jose Cruz in a shotgun. Hands the ball off. Running left, that won't get anywhere. Gets back maybe the 25-yard line. Alvarado loses a yard. And it brings up 4th down. Kevin Naro, a writer for the Valley Morning Star, in the house tonight. He'll be producing the story from this one. In the Herald and the Star? Just the Herald. Wraps up a busy week for everybody that's covering media stuff this week. Week 1 of high school football. This punt takes a huge roll for the Lobos. Down inside the 15-yard line and all the way to the 11. There's a penalty back here on the other side of the field, so we'll sort this one out. Lobos believe it's against them. So do the Bulldogs. The official doesn't agree. He calls a hold on McHi, but they'll call that after the punt. So they'll assess the penalty, mark it down. Bulldogs offense takes over, up by 42. This is Real Sports Live.
Real Sports Live.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Back here with 5:35 remaining here at Sam Stadium on a Saturday night. Lopez Lobos, after the penalty was assessed against the McHi Bulldogs. The ball spotted down at the McAllen 5 to start this next drive. Back in at quarterback is Hunter Curl. Handoff over the middle. Out across the 7. New ball carrier Daniel Cazares on the carry. Spelled with a Z. My wife would say that's the wrong spelling. Cazares? Cazares. 2nd down. Go under 5 minutes left here in this game. changing up the play at the line of scrimmage. That may be running play, a penalty on this one as it's coming back down the right sideline. A good carry, but Caleb Killian on the carry. That won't net him any yards as this one's coming back. Stops the clock with 4:40 remaining. And there's not much room to go backwards if you're the McHi Bulldogs here. They mark it back inside the 3 with 4:40 remaining in this game. Lopez next week will be here on Friday night to take on Brownsville Veterans. McAllen will be at home to take on Edinburgh North. Both of those are Friday games. Running play for the Bulldogs out across the 5 to the 6. .430 and counting here in this game. On Thursday here on Rio Sports, we got a ton of action coming, especially the game on Thursday right back here as Edinburgh Vela takes on Hannah's Eagles. Meanwhile, we have broadcasts coming from Harlingen, from PSJA, from Juarez Lincoln, and from La Villa. Third down play for the Bulldogs on a jet sweep to the right side. This time it's going to be Killian. And no penalties on the play, so the carry by Caleb Killian will go for 15 yards and a first down. Killian had one brought back earlier, but this time he'll tack some stats on to his name. First down for the Bulldogs, 3:45 left in the ballgame. Hunter Curl takes a snap, hands off to Killian again, running left this time, got a wall of blockers, takes it down the left sideline, cuts it back upfield, stepped out of bounds right before he made that cut. Nonetheless, another positive carry for Caleb Killian. Don't tell him it's a 42-point game. He's in there getting some reps and producing. Mark him down at the 38. On back-to-back carries, 36 yards on the ground for Caleb Killian on just 2 carries. First down for the Bulldogs. Because he went out of bounds, they stopped the clock with 3:24 left in the game. Play clock down to 1. Bulldogs have to take a timeout. Week 1. Remember that. Back after this.
Thank you for watching Rio Sports Live.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Service have been providing financial retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together. Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
After the timeout, the Bulldogs have it on 1st and 10. 3:24 left in this ball game. And they'll hand it off up the middle this time, out to the 44, maybe the 45-yard line. Daniel Cazares on the carry. That'll be good enough for a 6-yard gain and bring up 2nd and 4. We'll go under 3 minutes left here. It all started with the McHi Bulldogs defense scoring 8 seconds into this game as a fumble recovery was run into the end zone. Second down play. Carry on the right side by Cazares again. got enough for a first down. And 2:29 left. First down as they stop the clock long enough to put the chains down. Bulldogs waiting for the snap. Hunter Curl. Another running play. This is Cazares. Bounces it to the left side. That's enough for a first down as Cazares gains 11. Bulldogs, remember, we're down inside their 5 earlier in this drive. So I talked about sustained drives. Bulldog offense now over 400 yards in total offense. 243 on the ground, 167 in the air. So they'll have impressive numbers as they go into their Week 2 matchup with Edinburgh North. Blow that play dead. Cazares was going to get a handoff. C.S. Lucio had a beat on him from the word go. 5-yard penalty on a motion call. Minute 49 and counting here in this ball game. Hunter Curl takes another snap, another handoff. Curl keeps it himself, left-hand side, across the 30-yard line. That's a first down. Nice run by Hunter Curl. 14 more yards on the ground for the Bulldogs. Stops the clock with a minute 23 to go while they move the chains. Now they'll crank it up. Curl in a shotgun. 3 receivers right side, single receiver left side, letting the play clock run down under 10. Takes a snap, hands it off. Running across the 25, down to the 22-yard line. Another carry for Daniel Cazares. And the Bulldogs will have to take but one more snap. And then they can run this clock out. Victory formation now for Hunter Curl. He'll let the play clock run down. The game clock's at 29, play clock at 15, so they will have to take a snap. And then they'll be able to celebrate on the McHi side as they start the season with the win. Take a knee, ball game over. McAllen Bulldogs, impressive showing here to start the season. Win here on the road, 49-7. It's going to do it for the broadcast as we welcome you to the postgame show, brought to you in part by the South Padre Island and Hacienda Fort. Our player of the game, he has it tonight. I'm going to go ahead and give the nod to Robert Amador. 6 of 10, 142 yards, couple of touchdowns. Directed his team to scores and a victory here tonight as a senior on the road. They start their season 1-0. Congratulations. He has it, Robert Amador. Hacienda Ford has it in Edinburgh, Texas. That's going to do it for our broadcast. They've already shut off the cameras. Thanks again to KBSDI TV and Lopez High School Media Class. Till next time, good night.